Okay, now that we have finished going through looking getting oriented to the course, let's take a look at getting ready to learn, our second folder here. This has got several activities for you to engage in this week. So these will kind of get you oriented to thinking about learning itself. So the first thing we have here is getting to know each other. Students that know each other and have a sense of community tend to do better in this class. You're going to find that you get stuck in some areas and other peers do fine in them, and vice versa. So you want to be able to form a good community. So clicking here is going to take you to the discussion board, and you're going to come down here, and the first thing you're going to do is getting to know each other right here. This is a modification of an in-class activity that I do for a mixer. So you want to go through and complete this activity. This is one of the required things for the first week of course, and it's required for a verification for me that you are in the class, okay, and participating. So once you've done that, now we've got a series of things to do to start thinking about learning. So the first is thinking about what is knowledge and how do you learn. If you click on this link here, it's going to take you to a course group homepage. All right, now I can't show you that because I'm not enrolled as a student, so we're in the student view here. But you will see you've been randomly assigned to one of several groups, and in there you're going to answer these questions with your group members. So here you see the requirements for completing the posts. Make sure you're completing all of those appropriately by the conclusion of the time. This particular one is going to close on the 22nd at 11:59 p.m. So you need to be completing all of it. Notice some of these require replies backs and other conversations, so you can't wait to the last minute. Alright. Next you have for this week learning myths. If you go here, we got two components. One of these is a link to a learning myths quiz that's put out by NPR. So you want to take that quiz and see what kind of learning myths you might unconsciously be incorporating that are putting you at a disadvantage. That site also includes blue links to further information to learn a little bit more about the myths or more accurate information about those ideas. And then here you're going to find that you've got another discussion board link, which is going to take you to this page right here. And again, you're going to come down this time to learning myths, and here's the questions that you want to be answering in the learning myths discussion board. And again, you're going to need to be having replies back for conversations. So again, be sure you're starting this with a sufficient amount of time. So once you've taken and looked at the learning myths and had those conversations, the last thing we're going to look at here is something that's pretty unpopular but actually really important for statistics, and this is learning through failure. So in statistics and learning how to do statistics, you're simply not going to be able to get it right every single time the very first time. That's simply not doable. The question is to be able how to identify or troubleshoot where you're not doing well and how to fix that. So again, here you have another set that's going to go to your course group homepage where you have a conversation about these various questions here. After you complete that, we've got a series of other activities. One of these is a really good article. It's pretty quick, but about why failure is good, so you're going to want to read through that. Pay attention to what really surprises you or stands out to you. And then you're going to do a game here called Little Wheel that's a trial and error. So pay attention to that game as to how you learn. Finally, you're going to come back and you're going to complete the second section here, which is another reflections on the course home group page, where you're going to talk about what you've learned about failing. All right? So all of these things need to be completed by 11:59 on January 22nd. And again, several of these require conversations, so you want to start moving on them. That should get you in a good place to get ready to start learning for the course and working with statistics.